Hi everyone, and welcome to Trades of the Week with myself, Dennis, and we have no other than Keith Sullivan here as well. We have loads to cover today, so I hope you guys are excited. We are super excited. And by the way, there's a few things I want to mention before we dive into it. Number one, make sure you click that subscribe button and even the alarm bell, because I'm going to tell you why. And also, of course, don't forget to like the video. But the reason is, if you like the content, if you're getting the results, because we show our results at the end, and the whole intention is that you get the same, that you get the latest news, the latest cryptos, the latest stocks that we are buying and getting into as well. And speaking about cryptos, which we will be covering kind of halfway through today, we will be showing you the very cryptos we are getting into, and also why we think we might be on the verge to a really, really big breakout to the upside. So stay tuned for that as well. And we actually have a live free training on the 13th, right? The 13th of October that you can attend for free. Make sure you press the link. I think it's going to be hovering around here somewhere, or it will be below. So you can join it for free and learn how you can get started and benefit from one of the absolutely biggest transfers of wealth in the history. So do make sure you do that. Now, let's dive into it. A big warm welcome. We have loads to cover today. We are going to start with Nova. This is Sunnova Energy International, and we are moving our stop loss, or we're actually putting a stop loss at break even, and you can do the same to make sure we lock in some of that profit. So you can see, well, break even means we're putting it at a place where we can't lose any money. So at the entry point, but not only at the entry point, a little bit in profit, because we want to cover some of the fees as well. So I hope that makes sense for you. So that's Nova, everyone. And you see, we don't go through all of them, because some of them we are not really even looking at anymore, because, well, we're looking at them, but they haven't really moved. So there's nothing to show you as usual. Cruise is, we're out at break even. We moved the stop loss up, and now it's falling like a, what is it falling like, Keith?
House of Cards. That's the one.
House of Cards, exactly. That's the one. They fall like a house of cards. Then we have TGI Triumph Group. We have moved the stop loss finally to break even. We started off, almost got stopped out. Now, on the other hand, we're up quite a bit in profit, over 1% in profit, but we're moving the stop loss to a 1% here. Or sorry, to break even plus the fees, just to lock in some of that so we can't turn it into a losing trade. Write that down. Never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. We then have MasterCard Incorporated as well. We got out at stop at break even today or yesterday. We're up well in profit, and then it just smashed down like a house of cards, and because the market turned really bearish today. And the question is, are we going to go into a bear market, or is this just a correction? Keith will take you through that in just a moment. ES, we got stopped out with a 2% profit. Woo! So let me hear that moo, Keith.
Moo!
He's been practicing. He's back, but he's been practicing. I can hear that. A great move. And by the way, right below, comment below. Are you in these? Are you moving your stop losses? Are you getting these profits as well? So ES, Eversource Energy, out with a 2% profit. Not a bad start of trades of the week. And then we have GTH. We moved the stop loss down, so we're locking in 1% at the moment. And if we zoom in a little bit here, you can see we're moving it just because it moved down, moved horizontal a little bit, and then moved down again. So we're moving the stop loss just above that, okay? That's what we have been doing. And then we have SABR. This is Sabre Corporation. We get out with a 1% loss, unfortunately. That's not a moo, but a boo. Yeah, it's a boo instead, right? So that happens as well. And the same thing happened with Enta. And Nanta Pharmaceuticals, we get out with a 1% loss here as well when the candles broke above. So that's also not a moo, but a boo. So, but remember, we had a 2% win and 2% loss, so we break even for this week. But we are going strong because we also have locked a couple of trades in profit. So that's going to be amazing to see next week as well. Peak, it's no trade, it just continued down, so it broke the trend. We don't want to have that, so we're just canceling this trade. So if you have this open, make sure you cancel that as well. So that's it for the update from last week. So what has happened now? Are we in a bear market, Keith? What is happening?
So unfortunately, we don't have the crystal ball that can say if this is just a correction or if we are actually in the bear market. But there is something interesting that is happening into the market, and we see cycles like this happen on a regular basis. Now, when there is extreme fear in the market, it may be due to the pandemic or financial crisis, but when there is fear in the market, extreme fear, what naturally happens is the institutions and investors take their money out of the equities or stocks they're invested into, and instead of putting it into commodities, they are holding it as cash, as dollars. And we have seen this when you look at the DXY, which is the dollar index, and we are seeing currently on the screen now the dollar is actually increasing in strength, and that is because a lot of money is being accumulated or held as dollars. Now that's great for us to look at, but what does this mean? What do we need to do with this information? And it just shows us if money is being held as the dollar, we may see dips or corrections in the market where a lot of your blue chip stocks are beginning to fall. That 20, that 30%. Now that means we have a lot of opportunities for us to invest into the market. And when it goes from extreme fear back into greed, we should then start seeing a recovery in the market. So for us right now, this is just a correction, okay, because there is fear in the market, but it's a great time for us to start adding to our portfolio with a couple more of the investments. And that is what we are doing now. So if you have a couple of free spaces in your portfolio for investments, have a look on the past trades of the week or even this trades of the week and see, is there any opportunities you wish to take? Because there is stocks that are currently low in value for us to buy. Now, with that being said, we do have two Buffalo trading opportunities. Number one is eBay. Now, as we can see, eBay short term is on a bullish trend. So we are seeing our nice free bounces on our support level. And this could be a good opportunity for us to trade with the Buffalo strategy, because with eBay, we know Black Friday is coming up. We know Christmas is coming up. So they should start generating a lot more return, a lot more revenue, which then should increase the stock's value. Now, if for me, eBay breaks my support level, I will then be looking to switch this into a VCA if I don't get into the Buffalo trade, because that means it's dropped 20-30% potentially, and it means it's a good opportunity because eBay fundamentally is pretty strong. So that's the first one. eBay, nice upwards trends, creating new highs, which we love to see. But there is one thing that Dennis will always say, and that is we will be waiting for a green candle on that support level just to show that buyers are coming into the market. So right now we have a red candle from yesterday, so we will be waiting for that one green candle before we're placing our entry. So that is eBay. And as you know, we hedge against the market. We have one long position. We're also going to have one short position. And as you can see, we have AL, which is Air Lease Corporation. Now with AL, we are seeing a longer downwards trend. And once again, we are seeing that the lows are getting lower, which is showing us an increase in strength on that resistance, which is great for us. Structurally, we want to see it create new lows. Now, with AL, we do see that red candle that we wanted to see on the resistance, showing that sellers now are trying to push the market down. And with that, we have placed our stop order just below that candle, and we are waiting to get triggered in, right? So we are now waiting for this to drop a bit lower. But yeah, they're the two opportunities that we have now. Just to recap, obviously with the market update, just remember, if we see the market begin to fall a bit more, it's a great time for us to get into some new VCA positions. Dennis, anything to add on that?
No, I think it was brilliant. And just comment below if you're getting into these as well. Do you like these? Do you have anything else you like? Make sure you comment below, right? So we know what you're looking at as well. So those are really good, and that was the stock market update and the Buffalo. So now let's get into cryptos. Now I'm really excited about cryptos, right? This is Bitcoin at the moment. We're seeing a really bullish move. Last week we spoke about that we thought there was just a pullback, the market would go up again, and it did, right? Marcus put some really big buy orders. Keith did too. But all jokes aside, we think the market is really bullish. And you can see here, we said that usually this resistance turned into support, which was true this time around as well. So we are getting higher, and I think it's just going to be a matter of time before we break the 50,000 mark. I think we're going to be going a lot higher, and who knows? Historically speaking, as we looked at last week, these October, November, December is the most bullish months ever, basically, for cryptos, because it's the last 3 months of the cycle if we look back at the last bull market as well. So you don't want to be outside cryptos. Now, there's not much to report since we had a pullback, went up again. A lot of the cryptos had a correction. But as you can see, let's take an example. We took some profit on Theta. It's great to get in again. If you're not in, Theta is a good one. But we need to wait for this 100% before we take any more profits on this. So the only one to really report on today is a new one, actually. But before we do that, there are a couple of things I want to highlight here. Number one, we had a company called Axie Infinity. I don't know if you heard about it. It's a game, and it's created an all-time high, up to $141. It's gone crazy. It's making a lot of revenue. And because you might say that, well, cryptos don't have a utility. It's only currencies, it's blah, blah. But it's actually companies. We're going to find the new Facebook, the new Amazon, the new Microsoft, and Axie Infinity, they actually it's a game, right? It's a game that they make money from. So they made 194 million in July, and this is now up to 364 million in August. It's insane, right? So this is real. This is happening. They're in NFTs. It's a game. But what is next? What's going to come next? Now, we are investing in some platforms when it comes to gaming and NFTs, such as Engine Coin. Maybe that will shoot up next, right? Maybe it's Chiliz. Both are good cryptos in NFTs and in gaming, right? So that's number one. And for some of you, you might have seen that Coinbase was hacked, right? Coinbase was hacked, and apparently a lot of data was stolen. But they have confirmed no users are affected when it comes to money and the monetary value. So they're compensating all the users. So you can rest safe there as well. And one of the reasons we're really bullish on the market now for the next quarter is because there are rumors, right, that an ETF will finally be approved. So apparently an ETF has been accepted in New Zealand. And that's called the Vault International Bitcoin Fund. But it's not really, that exciting because it doesn't really open up the market. What needs to happen is that a big ETF in US needs to be accepted. And that might happen in Q4 this year. Grayscale, which is one of the biggest funds out there when it comes to cryptos, they are actually leading this a little bit as well. And they are fighting for an ETF. And if you look at the statistics, it's actually very interesting because they're seeing that the institutions and the interest for buying cryptos through the fund is huge, right? It's ginormous, and it's only going to increase. Cryptos are here to stay, so it's time to do your research. So once again, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to our channel to get all of this so you don't miss out. But also, more importantly, sign up to the free training the 13th of October. Click the link below or anywhere around here as well. So the last one, the one we're looking for this week, is one of Keith's favorites. It's the graph. I remember you told me about this, Keith. But it's quite kind of querying data for networks such as Ethereum. And they have because we're looking at usage, right? What are they doing and how are they being used? So currently they have over 3,000 subgraphs, and they're working together with super big projects such as Uniswap, Synthetics, Aragon, Aave, Balancer, Decentraland, and many others. So they are really doing something really good. They're making profits, and it's a good one to be looking at for the future. Up a couple of percent today, but down 35% from its high. So if you can get into that with a small cap strategy, just make sure you have room for more entries in case it falls more, which we just never know. But the market looks really solid, and we are really excited for the future. And we think we're going to head into some of the most bullish months ever, basically. in cryptos. But we will see. We don't have a crystal ball, and we are prepared for everything. We're going to take profits as it goes up, and we're going to buy more if it goes down. If it takes longer, who cares, right? It's such a good way to make money as well. So Keith, anything to add before we move into the VCAs?
No, I think that the best thing to do, especially if a market is being bearish, is being more proactive, not reactive, right? We want to know if the market is being bearish, what are we going to do? Are we going to start accumulating new coins or more of a coin that we're already invested into? If the market is bullish, then we know we've got a lot of moving to do and taking profits. So it is, and that's with everything that we do, trading, investing. Let's be proactive and know what would we do if a market does go down or if it does go up, and know what is the rules that we must follow for that. But other than that, I think, yeah, the graph, great project. It's allowing people to build decentralized apps, which I think is a big growth area over the next few years. So I think it is a good opportunity to invest into.
And now let's go into something else then, which is the VCAs, right? That's the other strategy we have. And we have an opportunity here. We took profits with Uber just a week or so after we got in the first time. So we got up 15%, and that's what we're adding to the portfolio and to the wins. So let me hear that moo, Keith.
Moo!
And comment below, did you make profits on Uber as well? That would be amazing to hear. We would love to hear from you. And if you have been making profits, make sure you also send an email to Gabriella@investment-mastery.com so we can inspire even more people. That would be amazing to hear if you made those wins, so we can get you as the client of the week. And this is if you are one of our clients, that is. So that's awesome. And with Med, this is another one. We have our second entry on that. That is amazing. It fell a bit more. We have been buying a little bit more in that as well. So well done if you did that. I think it's going to be an amazing opportunity to do so. So keep buying as it goes down. The other ones, not much to do, except for we're adding 2 new ones. So we're going to hand over to our expert when it comes to fundamental analysis. So the first one we're looking at is Zoom. So would you like us to take us through why Zoom, which is not this one, actually, it's this one, Zoom video communication. That's the one we are looking at right here.
Perfect. Yes, Dennis. So if you could do a favor for me, if you can go on to VinViz quickly, just so we can look at the fundamentals, because yes, Zoom, everyone knows Zoom now. It's what a lot of people are using to connect all over the world, may it be for business, may it be for entertainment, may it be for events. Everyone is utilizing Zoom, and we've seen that with the massive increase since the pandemic in March 2020. But with Zoom, what we like is we've got a good amount of market cap and a good amount of income showing strength. And as you can see, sales from 2017 to 2021 has massively increased, which has caused the company to start generating some more revenue, some more profits. And we're seeing that by the earnings per share. This is the amount of money being made per earnings per share. So each share that the company has on the stock market, and we can see that has drastically increased from being negative to then being around $2.37. But one of the things that I like about Zoom, yes, it's overvalued at the minute, or being classed as overvalued because it had a big rise. But we are seeing it becoming a bit more fairly valued. But if we have a look at the return on assets, equity and investment, that is showing strength within the company. What that is showing is they are effective at generating revenue within themselves. Okay, so they're not solely reliant on the sales that they are doing. They are able to generate revenue from assets they own, the amount of growth they're doing, and also investments from other parties, such as your institutions. And as you can see, institutional ownership has increased about 8.5% over the last 3 months, which is showing institutions are now buying the dip as well with Zoom. And I think that's a good indication as well for us. And that's around, I believe it's 30-something%, Dennis, if we go back to TradingView, please.
Yeah, exactly. It's down 34%.
4%,
so it has taken quite of a dip already.
Perfect. So Zoom is a great opportunity. For me, it is still technically overvalued. We could see a bit more of a drop, saying to maybe 50%, but that's why we've got the rules and got the entries. If it does fall further, we can buy more shares at cheaper prices. So that's number one. The second one that you could potentially add is Coinbase. Now, with Coinbase, it's, as we know, it's one of the largest crypto exchanges around the world, and it's actually the only SEC-regulated exchange. No other crypto exchange is regulated by the SEC in America, which is great. It shows strength, and it shows that they are taking cryptocurrencies very, very seriously as well. So if we have a look at Coinbase from the highest, around 20% down, okay, now with this fundamentally, yes, it is showing that the market now is undervalued. Okay, so there's a lot more room to grow. I see this more as a growth stock at the minute because it's just been released as an IPO. I believe this is more growth. Okay, so over the next year, if cryptos have the massive bull run, I would expect Coinbase also to massively grow. But Dennis, what's your thoughts on Coinbase?
No, I think the same thing. I think this is a great opportunity. If you're not in cryptos, I think there's a great opportunity to participate in the crypto market, but without being in cryptos, basically. So I think this is a great addition to diversify your stock portfolio. We're in some gold, some silver, we're in some tech, we're in some retail companies, but now we can add a crypto company to our portfolio as well. That is, I think will move together with cryptos, which will be amazing. So I think this is a great company. They're producing amazing revenue in billions, and they're just starting. And I think while we see crypto adoption picking up, we will see Coinbase rise with it over the next years as well. I think this is an amazing opportunity to enter Coinbase as a first entry.
100%. And one thing to add as well is they are also looking to create a fund for institutions. So it's another gateway for institutions to invest into crypto as well, which I think is amazing. So if that does get authorized by the SEC, then we could see another big push into crypto because that's more revenue that they're going to generate, especially from an institutional level.
Absolutely. And I hope this gets your juices flowing, everyone. I hope you are taking notes. I hope you are getting into this. And by the way, once again, comment below. How do we like Keith's outfit today? I think it looks very handsome. But more importantly as well, how are you getting into Coinbase? Very, very important. So now off to the results. I think we're getting on quite well, I would say. So we had on the Buffalo, we had 2 losses and we had 2% wins. So we have break even with Buffalo this week, up a strong 35.5% since September last year. So it's the 13th month now. VCA, we added 15% since we took profit on Uber. And with CCA, small cap, we're accumulating. We haven't taken any profits now. We're waiting for this next phase of the bull market to really kick off. So this was Trades of the Week for this week. I hope you really enjoyed it. And make sure, once again, subscribe. If you're getting these results, make sure if you want to keep getting these results, make sure you subscribe so you will be the first to know when the next video is released. What coins we're buying, what stocks we're buying, when we're selling. You will be the first to know. So make sure you subscribe and also like the video if you haven't. And of course, comment below. Are you getting these results? Would you like to see something else? Comment below so we know and we can serve you in the absolute best way. And don't forget to write down and click the link and make sure you sign up to our free training, right? With no other than Marcus and Maria himself on the 13th of October, where he's going to teach you how you get started with cryptocurrencies. So make sure you click the link for that as well. So with that being said, I hope you really enjoyed this. And from myself, Keith, and the whole team, have an amazing week.